Welcome back to Sugarbee. Just when we thought Heartland couldn't shock us anymore, the Season 19 trailer has flipped the entire fandom upside down. Amy Fleming, the woman whose love story with Ty defined the series for over a decade, is walking down the aisle again. But not with Ty, with Nathan. That's right, the trailer reveals Amy's shocking wedding. And fans everywhere are debating if this is the most beautiful second chance or the most heartbreaking betrayal. Today, we're breaking down every detail, every reaction, and what this twist means for the future of Heartland. From the very beginning, Amy Fleming's story in Heartland has been defined by resilience. She grew up surrounded by horses, carrying forward the Fleming family's legacy of healing and horsemanship. But for fans, her most powerful storyline was always her love with Ty Borden. Their romance wasn't instant, it grew slowly from friendship to trust, through years of challenges, mistakes, and second chances. By the time they married and had a daughter, Lindy, audiences believed Amy and Ty's love story was one of television's most enduring. That is why Ty's tragic death hit so hard. Not only for Amy but for millions of fans who had grown up alongside them. Amy's grief became the silent heartbeat of the series. She never collapsed under the weight of her pain, but viewers could see how profoundly it shaped her. Raising Lindy alone, Amy poured her entire soul into her daughter and her horses. The ranch became more than just a home, it became her anchor in a world that suddenly felt unsteady. We watched her guide traumatized horses back to health, while carrying unspoken wounds of her own. Every smile she gave Lindy, every quiet moment on horseback, and every soft conversation with Jack or Lou carried an undercurrent of sadness that never truly disappeared. What made Amy's grief so compelling was how real it felt. She didn't rush to move on, nor did the writers give her a quick romance to distract from the loss. Instead, her journey mirrored real-life grief, long, uneven, filled with moments of strength and moments of breaking. Fans admired her courage, but they also feared her loneliness. How long could someone carry such pain before it began to shape the rest of their life? For years, Amy's storyline has circled one haunting question: would she ever open her heart again? And perhaps more importantly, should she? On one side, viewers argued that Ty was her one true love, and that no new romance could ever compare. To them, moving forward romantically would feel like erasing the love story that made Heartland unforgettable. On the other side, fans wanted to see Amy live fully again, to find joy and companionship instead of carrying grief forever. Every new season teased the possibility. A moment of laughter with a new character, a shared glance across the barn, or a small smile at someone who cared about her. These little scenes reignited debate among fans. But Amy always seemed to pull back, as though her heart wasn't ready, as though Ty's presence was still too close. This choice by the writers kept the audience both hopeful and uncertain, never fully sure of what Amy's future might hold. And so, as Season 19 begins, Amy carries with her the full weight of that past. Ty's absence is not just a backstory, it's a shadow that lingers in every frame. The ranch, the horses, Lindy's growing independence, and the family that surrounds her all remind Amy of what she lost. Her grief isn't just personal, it become part of the fabric of Heartland, which makes the shocking reveal of her wedding to Nathan not just unexpected, but almost unthinkable. Because before Amy can step into a new love, she must confront the heaviest burden of all: letting go of the past without letting go of Ty's memory. When the Heartland trailer first teased Nathan's appearance, fans weren't quite sure what to make of him. He didn't arrive in Hudson with the typical drama of a new character meant to shake up the story. Instead, Nathan slipped into the narrative quietly, like a whisper in the wind. A rancher with a weathered face and steady eyes, he carried himself with a calmness that immediately set him apart. He wasn't flashy, loud, or demanding of attention. In fact, his greatest strength seemed to be his silence, the kind of silence that doesn't feel heavy, but comforting. At first, Nathan wasn't introduced as a love interest at all. He was simply a man who had his own struggles, someone who had seen heartbreak and loss in his life, though the full details of his past remained a mystery. It's this shared pain that quickly made him relatable not just to Amy, but to fans as well. After all, Heartland has always been about ordinary people carrying extraordinary burdens. Nathan fit right into that world, not as a replacement for Ty, but as a man who understood the cost of love and the scar of grief. One of the most striking things about Nathan was his connection to horses. The trailer shows him working with a troubled gelding, his movements slow, deliberate, patient. He doesn't force, he doesn't rush, he simply allows the horse to come to him in its own time. For longtime Heartland viewers, this immediately sparks recognition. This is exactly how Amy works with patience, compassion, and respect for the animal's spirit. That shared philosophy becomes an unspoken bond between them. It's not just the horses though. Nathan proves himself in subtle ways. When Lindy struggles with a pony, he doesn't swoop in and take over. Instead, he encourages her, offering a gentle word that boosts her confidence without overshadowing her independence. With Jack, he doesn't argue or try to prove himself, he simply listens, nods, and offers help when asked. Even Lou, who tends to be skeptical of outsiders, notices that Nathan doesn't try too hard to fit in. He just is. That quiet confidence makes him both intriguing and reassuring. Still, fans quickly noticed the parallels between Nathan and Amy. Both had loved and lost. Both carried unspoken grief. Both found solace in horses when people could not ease their pain. The mirroring of their journeys felt almost like destiny had pulled them together, not through passion or sparks, but through survival and healing. Where others might see Amy as fragile, Nathan saw her strength. Where others might avoid mentioning Ty's memory, Nathan respected it without trying to compete. This is what made Nathan so different from other potential love interests the show has introduced in the past. He wasn't there to sweep Amy off her feet. He wasn't a distraction from her grief. Instead, he seemed like someone who understood that love doesn't erase the past. It grows beside it. The trailer hints at this connection with a simple, powerful scene. Amy and Nathan standing side by side in silence, watching horses run across the field. Neither speaks, yet the unspoken understanding between them is palpable. For fans, it's a chilling realization. This isn't just a random character. Nathan could be the man who finally helps Amy open her heart again, not by replacing Ty, but by reminding her that love, even after loss, is still possible. The beauty of Amy Fleming and Nathan's connection lies not in dramatic confessions or grand romantic gestures, but in the quiet moments that feel almost ordinary, yet carry extraordinary weight. Their bond begins subtly, unfolding like the slow rise of the morning sun over the Heartland Ranch. It's in the small interactions that fans begin to notice a change, a glance held a little longer than necessary, a shared smile, or the comforting presence of someone who simply understands without needing to explain. Nathan's connection to Amy's daughter, Lindy, plays a central role in building this trust. In one scene teased in the trailer, Lindy struggles with a horse that refuses to obey her commands. Nathan doesn't swoop in and take control, nor does he try to show off his skills. Instead, he gently guides Lindy, offering calm, encouraging words. His patience and respect allow Lindy to find confidence in her own abilities while also showing Amy that Nathan isn't there to replace anyone. He's there to support, to nurture, and to observe with genuine care. That subtle dynamic speaks volumes to fans, who have long admired Amy's dedication to raising her daughter and her independence. Amy's initial resistance to Nathan is a natural extension of her grief. Ty's memory is never far from her heart, and she carries it with quiet dignity. Nathan doesn't challenge that memory, and he never tries to fill a void that isn't ready to be filled. Instead, he respects her pace, her boundaries, and her choices. Even in moments of shared silence, watching horses graze in the fields or standing side by side during ranch tours, there's a sense of understanding that doesn't require words. These unspoken moments form the foundation of trust and comfort. Between them, fans notice that with Nathan, Amy is able to breathe in ways she hasn't in years. He brings a sense of calm to the chaos of her life without pushing or demanding. Every interaction, no matter how small, is layered with meaning. A supportive glance during a tough day, a quiet word of encouragement, or simply his presence during a moment of solitude. This is a stark contrast to the whirlwind of emotion that characterized her time with Ty, and it's precisely what makes their connection feel both surprising and inevitable. As the trailer progresses, the whispers of something more than friendship begin to grow louder. Scenes suggest laughter shared over small victories. By the end of the trailer, the subtle sparks of connection become undeniable. The way Amy and Nathan interact suggests a budding romance built on mutual respect, patience, and healing. For fans who have followed Amy's journey for nearly 2 decades, it's a moment of hope, a realization that she is ready to love again, on her own terms, and in a way that honors both her past and her future. Nathan isn't Ty, and he never tries to be. He is simply Nathan, the quiet man who might just help Amy rediscover her heart. The trailer's biggest revelation lands like a bolt of lightning. Amy Fleming, the heart and soul of Heartland, is getting married again, and her groom is Nathan. For decades, fans have carried the memory of Ty as the center of Amy's love story, and the thought of her walking down the aisle with someone new is almost unimaginable. But the trailer doesn't just hint at a romance, it delivers the full, breathtaking reveal in one unforgettable sequence. The scene opens with Amy in a flowing white dress, standing beneath the vast Alberta sky. The wind blows gently through her hair, rustling the edges of her gown, as if nature itself is marking this moment as historic. In the distance, the sound of horses echoes across the open fields, a haunting reminder of Heartland's roots and Amy's lifelong connection to the ranch and its animals. There is no rush, no fanfares, just the quiet, solemn beauty of a woman ready to embrace a future she once thought impossible. Then Nathan steps into frame. His presence is steady and calm, the exact opposite of a whirlwind hero archetype. There's no grand speech, no dramatic gesture, he simply waits, patient and confident, radiating a sense of safety and support. For viewers, it's a shock precisely because it feels understated. The magnitude of the moment isn't in theatrics. It's in the quiet acknowledgement of what Amy has endured, and the courage it takes to say yes to life again. The trailer captures the critical emotional beat in the smallest of details. Amy leans slightly toward Nathan, takes a deep breath, and whispers 5 simple words. "I'm ready to say yes." The screen immediately cuts to black, leaving fans suspended in disbelief, hearts racing. That single sentence carries the weight of years of heartbreak, healing, and unspoken grief. It signifies not just a wedding, but Amy's conscious decision to step forward, to embrace love and hope again. For longtime viewers, this wedding is more than a personal choice, it is a turning point in the narrative of Heartland. Amy's decision signals a shift from mourning to living, from protecting her heart to opening it fully. Nathan is not Ty, and the trailer never attempts to make him so. Instead, the show honors Ty's memory, while introducing Nathan as a man uniquely capable of walking beside Amy without overshadowing her past. He represents the possibility of joy built on understanding and patience rather than replacing what was lost. The visual storytelling enhances this shock. The wide-open skies, the distant grazing horses, the gentle sway of Amy's dress, and Nathan's steady stance all combine to create a moment of cinematic poetry. It's an image of hope and renewal, yet tinged with tension. Fans instantly recognize the gravity of this choice, how it will ripple through the family, affect Lindy, and challenge the bonds that have defined Heartland for nearly 2 decades. Ultimately, the wedding scene is more than a twist, it's a statement. Amy is reclaiming her life, daring to love again, and inviting the audience to witness her journey of healing. This moment leaves fans both stunned and exhilarated, forcing them to grapple with excitement, disbelief, and anticipation for what season 19 will bring. Amy's choice isn't just a plot point, it's the emotional heartbeat of a season that promises to be unforgettable. Amy Fleming's decision to marry Nathan may signal a new beginning for her, but the ripple effects across the Heartland family are immediate and complex. While she steps into this chapter with hope, those closest to her grapple with uncertainty, hesitation, and old wounds that refuse to heal quietly. For Jack, the patriarch of the ranch and the anchor of Amy's life, the news is nothing short of a silent storm. Known for his steadfast nature and protective instincts, Jack carries a deep-seated fear that Amy might be moving too quickly, or worse, that Nathan may not fully understand the gravity of the Fleming legacy. He watches from a distance, quiet but watchful, his silence louder than any words. Every glance, every measured step Nathan takes, seems to be under Jack's scrutiny, as if the very safety of the ranch and the emotional well-being of his family rests on his judgment. Lou, Amy's practical and loyal sister, faces her own internal struggle. Publicly, she offers smiles and words of encouragement, showing support for Amy's choice. But behind closed doors, Lou's mind is a battlefield. She worries about Lindy, her young niece who has only ever known Ty as a father figure. Lou also carries the weight of family tradition and memories. Ty's memory is sacred, and she questions whether anyone new can step into that void without causing pain. Her hesitation isn't rooted in malice or stubbornness. It's love, concern, and the natural caution of someone who has witnessed loss and heartache up close. Every scene in the trailer hints at Lou's inner conflict, subtle expressions, quiet pauses, and fleeting moments of doubt that fans immediately recognize. Lindy, the youngest of the family, is perhaps the most vulnerable in this shift. She has grown up without her father, and Nathan's presence introduces the possibility of a new paternal figure in her life. The trailer captures her reactions with heartbreaking clarity, wide-eyed curiosity, a small hand clutching Amy's dress, and a mixture of confusion and caution in her gaze. For Lindy, love is complicated, and trust must be earned slowly. Nathan's efforts to connect with her through gentle guidance with horses, patience, and kindness are pivotal in establishing his place in her life, but the initial uncertainty is palpable. Even beyond immediate family, the wedding creates tension across the Heartland community. The ranch, once a safe haven of stability and support, now carries an undercurrent of unease. Conversations are laced with unspoken questions, meals feel heavy with anticipation, and every glance exchanged between characters is charged with judgment, worry, or hope. The trailer expertly captures these moments through quick cuts. Jack's concerned eyes, Lou's fleeting frown, Lindy's quiet hesitations. Each frame reinforces the idea that while love is central to this story, the bonds of family and the weight of shared history cannot be ignored. This chapter of Heartland reminds viewers that family is never simple. Amy's choice is hers alone, but it inevitably impacts everyone she loves. The tensions teased in the trailer set the stage for a season of emotional depth, where joy and hope coexist with fear and uncertainty. Fans are left with one undeniable truth. While the wedding may be the center of Amy's personal story, the reverberations of her decision will touch every corner of the ranch, challenging loyalties, testing relationships, and asking whether the family that has endured so much can survive yet another shift in its delicate balance. While Amy Fleming's wedding to Nathan is undoubtedly the emotional centerpiece of season 19, the trailer makes it clear that this season will explore far more than romance. Heartland has always been a show about family, resilience, and the bonds that tie people to the land, and season 19 promises to elevate these themes with drama and conflict that ripple far beyond the ranch. The first external threat teased in the trailer comes in the form of a rival rancher moving into the area. This newcomer isn't just a background character. He represents a tangible challenge to the Heartland family's livelihood and legacy. Quick flashes reveal tense standoffs across fences, heated arguments about property lines, and a sense of unease settling over Hudson. The ranch that has always been Amy and Jack's sanctuary now faces the possibility of intrusion, disruption, and competition. Fans immediately sense the stakes. This isn't just about money or land, it's about pride, survival, and protecting the Heartland way of life. Inside the family, conflicts also rise in intensity. Tim, known for his fiery temper and impulsive nature, clashes with Nathan in moments that hint at both mistrust and unresolved tensions. These confrontations aren't petty, they're grounded in real emotion. Tim sees Nathan as an outsider, stepping into a world shaped by ties, memory, and years of shared history. Nathan, on the other hand, remains calm but firm, showing that he respects the ranch and everyone in it, yet will not be easily intimidated. Their clashes symbolize the larger question of whether the family and the community will accept Nathan and the changes his presence brings. Georgie, returning from her travels, is another character whose storyline is threaded with tension. She struggles to find her place between the exciting world she has experienced beyond Hudson and the deep roots of her family home. Scenes in the trailer show her torn between adventure and obligation, reflecting the ongoing theme that Heartland is about more than just romance, it's about identity, purpose, and where one truly belongs. Jack's role as the steadfast protector of the ranch is more crucial than ever. He is caught between defending the legacy of Heartland, supporting Amy's choices, and confronting his own doubts about the future. Scenes show him walking alone through fields, deep in thought. Ultimately, season 19 positions itself as a narrative about survival, of love, family, and legacy. Amy's wedding is a spark, but the fires of challenge, loyalty, and personal growth will carry the story forward. The trailer suggests a season where relationships will be tested, bonds will be questioned, and every character must navigate a complex web of emotion and responsibility. For fans, this means the next chapter of Heartland promises tension, drama, and unforgettable storytelling, proving once again that the series is about far more than a single love story. It's about the enduring fight to protect what matters most. The trailer for Heartland Season 19 closes with a single, unforgettable image that leaves viewers holding their breath. Little Lindy, standing with her small hand gripping the reins of a horse, watches her mother, Amy, walk away with Nathan. Her eyes are wide with curiosity, fear, and a kind of silent questioning that speaks volumes about the impact of this choice. This simple moment, so quiet, yet so loaded with emotion, serves as the perfect visual metaphor for the season. It's not just about Amy's journey toward love and healing. It's about the uncertainty that comes with change, the tension between past and future, and the emotions that ripple through family and fandom alike. Immediately following the shot, the trailer presents three powerful words on screen: love, loss, legacy. These words encapsulate the central themes of the season, but they also force both the characters and the audience to confront difficult questions. Amy's love for Nathan challenges the memory of Ty, her late husband and longtime soulmate. It raises the unspoken question of loyalty, memory, and moving forward after profound grief. Fans, who have lived with Ty's story for nearly 2 decades, are now asked to consider whether Amy Cannon should open her heart again. Reactions among viewers are already split. One camp sees Nathan as a beacon of hope, a man who finally provides Amy the chance to smile again, to feel the warmth of love without erasing the past. They argue that Amy's journey has always been about resilience and courage, and embracing a new chapter is the ultimate expression of that. For them, Nathan represents healing, growth, and the promise that life can offer happiness even after heartbreak. On the other hand, there are fans who cannot see past Ty's memory. They feel that no one can ever replace him, and that Amy moving forward romantically diminishes the love story that defines so much of Heartland. These viewers experience a kind of emotional friction: loyalty to the past versus acceptance of the present. Nathan, for them, is a symbol of disruption, an intrusion into a story that they have held sacred for years. What makes this twist so brilliant and so emotionally potent is that it mirrors the divide within the Heartland family itself. Just as Jack watches Nathan with caution, Lou struggles between support and worry, and Lindy grapples with confusion. Fans are forced to navigate their own conflicting emotions. The show doesn't offer easy answers. It doesn't ask the audience to choose sides, but to feel alongside the characters, to wrestle with loyalty, love, and the complexity of human relationships. In the final moments, the trailer fades to black, leaving viewers suspended between hope and doubt. The unanswered questions hang in the air. Will Amy and Nathan's love survive the weight of family, history, and grief? Can fans accept a new chapter without feeling the shadow of the past looming too large? And ultimately, can Heartland itself endure this division while remaining the home fans have cherished for nearly 20 years? Season 19 isn't just a continuation of Amy's story, it's a challenge to the audience. It asks us to examine our own capacity for forgiveness, understanding, and emotional growth. By ending on this divisive, poignant image, the trailer ensures that the debate will rage long before the first episode airs. And that's the genius of it. The question is no longer just about Amy, it's about us, the fans, and whether we are ready to accept love after loss. So, what do you think, Sugarbee family? Amy Fleming's wedding to Nathan is the season's most shocking, emotional, and talked about moment, and it raises a question that goes far beyond the ranch itself. Is this a beautiful step forward, a chance for Amy to finally heal, or could it be a choice that fractures the Heartland family forever? This isn't just a storyline, it's a challenge to every fan who has followed Amy's journey for nearly 2 decades. From her early days as a young, hopeful girl to the strong, independent woman we see now, Amy's story has been defined by love, loss, and resilience. And now, with Nathan entering her life, everything fans thought they knew is being tested. Think about it. For years, Heartland has been more than a TV show. It has been a story of connection, loyalty, and the struggles of family life on the ranch. Each character carries a weight of history, and every choice they make impacts the whole community. Amy's decision to marry Nathan doesn't just affect her, it affects Jack, Lou, Lindy, and every member of the Heartland family. Jack, whose protective instincts run deep, wrestles with the fear that Amy is moving too fast. Lou, ever practical and cautious, wonders what this marriage might mean for Lindy and the memory of Ty. And Lindy herself, still growing and learning about love and trust, must come to terms with a man stepping into her life in a role she's never fully known. That tension is what makes season 19 so compelling. It's not just about romance, it's about loyalty, family dynamics, and navigating the aftermath of grief. Fans are being asked to consider their own feelings. Can Amy truly find happiness again? And are we, as viewers, ready to accept that new chapter? Nathan isn't Ty, and the show honors that he's not here to replace anyone. He's here to offer support, understanding, and the possibility of joy, even in a life shaped by loss. That's subtle, Quiet power is what makes the story resonate so deeply. So Sugarbee family, this is where you come in. The trailer leaves us with questions that are impossible to ignore. Will Amy and Nathan's love withstand the weight of the past? Can Jack, Lou, and Lindy accept this new chapter without feeling the sting of change? And perhaps most importantly, can Heartland itself survive this seismic shift? Remaining the show we've loved for nearly 20 years while embracing a bold new future. I want to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and tell me what you think. Is Amy taking a brave step forward, or is this a decision that could divide the Heartland family forever? Your opinions matter. Because this season isn't just about what happens on screen, it's about how every fan experiences Amy's journey. Heartland Season 19 arrives in 2025, and when it does, the ranch, the family, and the story we've grown up with will never be the same again. Get ready for heartbreak, hope, conflict, and redemption. This isn't just a season, it's a turning point, and the Sugarbee family will be right here, watching every moment unfold.